like social media so
Oh,
people
okay.
recognize me.
Oh, okay.
And it's Chula Vista Live Data.
So with the live data.
Yeah, and there is a website, chulavistalivedata.com,
Okay.
and it's just a compile of all the research. I cover the city,
Oh, okay.
so I go to the board meetings and then I live stream them
Oh,
for the
okay.
public. And
Okay.
then mainly I'm doing it because your guys' angle sucks.
Mhm.
You can only see the people that are there,
Mhm.
so no one ever sees who's here.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's the whole point of me being here, is to make it more interactive.
Okay.
So that way the other people want to come in,
Mhm.
voice their opinions,
Mhm.
because there are people here. But
Right.
according to you guys,
Mhm.
no one's here.
Mhm.
It's just you guys.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's,
I just wanted to touch base.
yeah, no, that's cool.
See.
I'm, you know,
I'm the communications officer for the district.
for
so-
sure. I put in a couple of things like with flag inquiries
Okay.
to figure out like what the proper procedure is
Okay.
to get your flag raised,
Mhm.
because there's been groups that raise their
Mhm.
flags,
Mhm.
but there doesn't seem to be like a displayed way that someone would know how to go about it, considering how much
Mhm.
is put into already doing it.
Right. Yeah, so that would go into the superintendent's office. If you want to give me your email and your first and
I've
last.
already put it in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
Well, I
already
can.
working
Oh,
on
they're
it.
already
It's
working.
supposed to be on this month's
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
So whether it was last month or this month, I don't know.
Okay.
So I'm just, you'll see me show up here more and more, and
Okay.
then you'll know when, because I got a bunch of stuff going through the city right now. They didn't file, within a timely matter of letting people know when a meeting was canceled. So that just happened today. So I got to send them a report on that one.
Okay.
So it'll come up. But
Okay.
my name is Robert.
Okay.
I do have a little card if you
Sure.
want to,
Okay.
just so you can
Great.
remember the logo.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. You hear me? Do you see me? All right, reload the page. What do you mean? On the tablet. Let me see what you're working on. Turn on the video. Or you can't, huh? 1 second. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about the tablet right now. See the computer right there, that screen? Do you see that one? At the bottom, the Internet Explorer. Not that one. Inside the other computer. So the next one up. Yep. And then it's the one on the left. And then refresh that page. You don't have to do anything but refresh it, and then make sure it's unmuted. It says it cut the stream. Oh. Oh. Okay. Alright. You ready? You're gonna type in the address bar. Yeah, on that one. Type in type in YouTube. I know where I'm streaming from. And at this point, I just want you to grab the stream, go to YouTube, and then type in right there, yeah, type in J Tree, Jaytree. Go down. You gotta go down more. You're just moving a couple at a time. Keep going. Even even type in um, you see it? Click that channel right there. That's me. The one that says Cherry Kills J Tree. It's me playing video game. Click the channel name. Click the channel name. Click the channel name. Click the J Tree. Yes. Okay, now click that live. Yes. Now, now don't minimize that window. Just click on the window behind it. Like zoom, move the camera to the left so I can see where you're clicking. Or minimize that window. Just do it. I can't see the rest of the window. You need to like turn the camera or something so I can freaking see. Or, I don't know. Okay, so bring that window back up. This time, don't minimize it. Okay, turn your phone the other way because I can't see anymore. No, not that way. Turn it, yeah, that way. There you go. Okay, go down to the Internet Explorer. Not that one. It's you're in the other computer, remember? You're not on that. Okay. What are you doing? You're not in that computer. Yes, get into that computer, not the freaking bottom bar. Yes. I can't see where you're at, so I don't know what you're doing. Yes, that one. Okay. So don't minimize the window this time. Just let it go into the background. Do you understand what that means? I need to see the window behind that, but you need to not click. You need to click on the program behind it. So move the mouse up and click that black area at the top there. Yes. Okay. The video is okay. Now click back to that other window that you were just on, the Internet Explorer. I know. You gotta show me what you're doing. Well, show me what you're doing because you don't know what you're doing. So, where's the mouse? Are you? Can you see the screen? Because you're nowhere even pointing at it. But okay, okay. Now go to the Edge browser. We've done this 3 times. It's in the same spot. I can't see the mouse anymore. Oh my god. You are killing me, Melissa. Yeah, that was it. I don't know why you didn't click it. Melissa, click the left one. The same one. Now hover over it and see if the audio is on. Okay. Now go back. Go without minimizing. Click on the top black area and go back to the program again. I can't see. Yeah, just click right there. Just click right there. Yes, just click right there. Okay. Okay, so now go to the the Edge browser and click the right one this time. The right one? Yes, that one. Yeah. Now you're gonna go to the tab, the top of the window, and you're gonna right click it. And then you're gonna mute the tab. Hello. I'm sorry? Who's there?
But yeah, but you know what is happening with her today. That they want to take her out of the board.
Oh, really?
Yes, I went here today.
Well, I'm glad I'm here, I guess. Huh?
Okay. So, hi.
Yeah,
what
mute that one.
Huh?
I'm trying to get the stream switched over so I can go inside right now.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to be in there today. Going to record it rather than because they got their audio all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you muted that one. Now go back to the program. Click on the side of the window, and you're gonna do the fade, and you're gonna fade the scene to my camera. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. And then you see click there. Yeah, click there.
Well,
Then,
I need to sign.
yeah. Sorry. Click the fade. Yep. Okay. Now from the speaker or the tablet, reload that page, and then do you hear my audio only now? Yeah. No, just hit the, well, it doesn't matter, play, and then turn it up and see if you hear me, or see how the speaker doesn't have little volume things? Click that speaker button and see if there's any volume. Like every other time, yes. Do you hear audio coming from me, or do you hear audio coming from them? Do you hear both? Okay. How do you hear both? We just muted the tab unless you didn't mute it. No. Do you just hear me, or do you hear the meeting? Oh my god. Okay. Thank you. That's it. We're done. All right. Goodbye.
Latest one. Page second, down 63% are not meeting reading. Third to sixth, 51% aren't meeting reading expectations. Third to sixth grade, 72% aren't meeting math expectations. Well, my kids' grades went down. Our district grades are going down. We're losing teachers, good teachers. We're losing enrollment. We're down from 30,000 to 28,000. That's a 7% loss. Well, I had a hero in my story by the lady who just spoke, Lily A. Bear. She came to me and said, look, I'm going to help you with tutoring your grandkids. She didn't charge me a penny. Showed up once a week, sometimes twice a week, to sit down with them to make sure they got things done. Because I spent the time pulling my hair out between two parents and trying to keep a lid on the family. We can't afford that kind of loss in this district. We have kids to educate. We need to leave these issues behind, flag, whatever you want to call it. You're not supporting people when you're downgrading others. Just like a husband and a wife, the kids pay the price, and they're paying the price in this district today, and it needs to stop now.
Anna? Is the caller? All right.
No, you're not taking my notes. I'm going to say now. If you take my notes, you will use on that. So can you say it? Because I have things to do before coming here. Can you say it?
There is a process.
I'm not sure, but I have an emergency that I want to do ready. If you don't take it, I can take the book to you.
And then I'll vacate the premises.
Okay, sure.
Yeah? So,
Okay.
maybe we call it caller. Caller.
Oh.
He's on. Anna, can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello? Yes. You can hear you now.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Who are you trying to call?
Is this Anna? We're calling from the Chula Vista Elementary School District. You wanted to speak on the board?
Sorry, this isn't Anna.
All right. Thanks so much. Sorry for bothering you.
Bye.
Bye. We got another number? Now we can go move ahead to the next. All right, we'll move ahead to the next one. Do we have Gina?
Hello, everyone, and happy New Year, 4th of July. Delia Ramirez Cervantes. I guess it's, do I address you as trustees or board members, or is it the same thing? Anyway, Delia Ramirez Cervantes has been accused by a school parent of an unsubstantiated allegation of intimidation. The bottom line is that Delia is being attacked because she voted against raising the pride flag at the Chula Vista Elementary School District office. In reality, this allegation is a personal attack because of her position on certain social issues. Delia emphasized during her election campaign and also as a school board member that teachers and schools and the school board need to focus on reading, math, and all of the basic education. It's obvious with the scores that was just shared why she feels this way. Delia defeated two-term incumbent Leslie Ray Bunker, and it seems the city school board members remain unhappy about this. I, along with 27,612 residents, elected Delia because we agree with her goals of advocating for quality education for all students. Parents have a right to be informed of what is being taught in schools. The school board needs to respect the parents' point of view rather than push the Democrats' agenda. One other thing that I would really want to emphasize, since I still have time, is, you know, like everyone else, we have the interests of the children in mind. All this social engineering, all this, you know, we are very divided on that. People feel strongly and they feel differently about that. But coming here, it's obvious that the school board is going to push the Democrat agenda, which is really sad because it's not benefiting all of our children. And with that, I just want to, you know, it's funny, I found out because of my point of view that I'm considered a right-wing extremist. So this is what an extremist looks like. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Dr. Ricardo Cook. Good evening, board members. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you in person. The last time you saw me, I was in Tahoe and I was not able to be here at the appointment ceremony. So I want to say deeply from the bottom of my heart, thank you for this opportunity. I also want to let you know that I've been very, very impressed with these last 2 weeks with the living out of this theme of human connection. And so that's why I really wanted to be here in person instead of sending an email, because that resonated with me, because over these last 2 weeks, no matter who I called for help, the phone line was always picked up. I was always met with enthusiasm, and I was always left with, what else can we do for you to help you? That is what I want to always hear from the people that we're trying to serve in our communities, and I want to make sure that you know I'm here to echo that sense of human connection. So again, I wanted to say thank you, and I wanted to commend you on a great team that you've organized. It's been so impressionable upon me, and it's really giving me new spirits about how I want to serve and be somebody that is going to be representative of this team. So thank you once again, and I really believe in human connection that you're giving us this opportunity to speak tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
There's no answer me. I kept through the last four.
All right, we'll move along. Next item is oral presentations and the report. The report on gifted and talented education student program. Let's see.
Good evening, board. Thank you for listening to my short presentation about faith education. So the district is committed to identification of services students with faith potential. Gate identification is an awareness of individual needs that helps guide and differentiate instruction to match the potential of the learner. CBDSD believes all students deserve to learn to their highest levels.
be already removed? They had to move it.
Then you got the wrong number. Okay, whatever. You didn't get the call.
Got it. So each year, all third graders are tested in the fall, and all new incoming fourth to sixth graders are tested in the spring for gifted eligibility. They are administered the Ravens Plus Progressive Matrix by the school psychologist. Students scoring in the 90th percentile or above are referred to the school team as potential candidates for gate identification. The school team then reviews local measures, state testing results, social, economic variables in order to determine eligibility for gate. So since the passage of the 2013-14 Budget Act, gifted and talented education is no longer considered a categorical program in California, and therefore GATE programs are no longer required or funded. But classroom instruction is differentiated so that GATE and other high-ability students participate in rigorous, challenging curriculum commensurate with their abilities and interests. We issued a survey to all of our school sites, and so based on the survey, here are some things that our sites are providing. Some schools provide after-school robotics, GATE enrichment classes, after-school STEM opportunities, and special recognition field trips to name a few. And we have Mr. DeVore here from Clearview, who can share a little bit about what they do for GATE students at his site.
In the year of the pandemic, we were thinking about what we could do to engage beyond the classroom our GATE students, and then the pandemic happened. So the following year, virtually, we were thinking of what can we do to bring our GATE students together and provide enrichment for them. And so Trustee Bishop and myself took on this project, and basically on a biweekly basis, we have either ourselves or a community member in a specific field. So we have surveyed our students what their interests are in, and so they like art, they like science, and we brought in community members, experts in different fields to come present with them, engage them in activities, and then just provide an enriching program for them to learn, explore new ideas and passions potentially, beyond the classroom to just enrich their experience. That's kind of in a nutshell what we've been doing at Clearview, and we're thankful that we were able this past year and a half or so to bring it in person.
Trustee Savant.
Thank you. Short and sweet. It's nice to know the timing of the testing that helps conceptualize things. Thank you.
Trustee Bishop.
Thank you so much. As Mr. DeVore mentioned, I have a specific engagement in this particular issue. What he didn't mention, or he doesn't know, is that my mother, when I was growing up, was the GATE coordinator for Capistrano Unified School District, and I went to a bunch of her trainings for gifted education, and I was used as an example of a gifted underachiever. So I'm familiar with the ways in which schools leave behind gifted kids. There's this expectation that because they're smart, they're going to achieve a lot. And ultimately it breaks down to gifted kids are part of the bell curve, but they are needing special education services. And so I think it's really important, especially in a time now where our district is not getting funding for this, that we find creative ways around finding ways to create extra enrichment for these kids to make it exciting to come to school. Finding reasons that they will want to come even if it's boring or even if it feels like they've already got the information, so why come to school? And that's a real issue. And so I thank you for talking about the program that we have at Clearview. I wanted to give a little more input about that, and that we struggled for a couple of years before the pandemic trying to figure out a GATE program. But it's really hard because we didn't have money to pay a teacher to take it on, and it's an extra lot of work. A lot of teachers feel like, I have plenty on my plate already. And so the program that we came up with by reaching out to community members that have special interests and special talents to share, we were able to create a program that's after school again every other week. We do it for an hour and a half every other week, and we get these community members to come in and do something that is their specialty, something that they're passionate about, whether it's something that they do for work or something that they do for their own love of the game or whatnot. But we have such a huge breadth of opportunities in that program, and we've spent like less than $500 a year on the program just on materials because these people are coming in and doing one volunteer opportunity. We've had a huge array of different things. We've done robotics, we've done medieval heraldry, we did animal adaptations as reflected in Pokemon evolutions and how the environment affects how animals develop. And we've done all sorts of like wild and wacky things. And I just was hoping that Ray could talk a little bit about it just so we could use that as a potential model for other schools that are looking for a way to reach out to those gifted students specifically and offer them something that brings them to school, that encourages them to get more involved. And I know that we're doing a lot of good stuff with ULOF, but I'm encouraging sites to really look at their gifted students as an opportunity to try and get that group and keep them interested in school. I did have one question. So the Ratings Plus, that's a different test. Is that shifted, right, a couple years ago?
Yeah, we went away from the paper pencil into an online test.
And has that affected the number of kids that have qualified for the new testing style?
I don't have that information, but I can get that for you. You can compare when we started using this testing score to previous years. You can get that for you.
That would be great. So from my anecdotal experience, we went from having like the 20 to 30 kids per grade level to having one or two kids. So I'm just wondering if that is the optimal test to give to kids to make sure that we're really catching the kids that need that support. Thank you, Navarra. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your comment.
Just a quick wondering, you had mentioned that it was no longer considered categorical at some point in time. Do you remember how far back that was and what the kind of reasoning was behind that decision?
It was the passage of the 2013-14 Budget Act that took that out of the categorical program.
And just because you didn't have the money back then to fund the kind of enrichment programs, I suppose.
I would still say yes.
Thanks for the appropriate.
All right. Thank you for this presentation. Our next presentation is District Safety and Health Update. Mr. Romero.
Thank you, governing board members, Superintendent Dr. Reyes, and our community. It's my pleasure to present this month's monthly health and safety update. So one of the things I would love to highlight is we have now started officially the first district in San Diego to offer pre-employment screenings in-house. So like we started about a year ago doing our fingerprinting. We are now doing our pre-employment physical and drug screening in-house. So we started that this Monday, and employees that are new to our district and even governing board members in the past who had to go through these pre-employment physicals are now able to do them here at the district office. So we're excited about that. With our safety update, we are 73% complete with our SOBO group assessment. We've done 36 schools, and we're continuing to finish the rest of our schools with the goal of having them done hopefully by the end of August. We've had a couple board members participate. Our last board member, Ms. Delia Cervantes Dominguez, was able to participate and walk through and spend a day with our staff and see the process. We're going to send out a list to our list of board members to see if there are other interests, or it's already sent. So thank you guys, and those that are interested in participating, let us know, and we'll make sure to schedule you to be part of the success. So with our updates, the last thing that I'd like to share is we did have a parent forum that was held on June 26th at Jefferson Elementary. While there wasn't a lot of parents, we did get extremely valuable information, and that time was we were able to spend where we were able to dissect a lot of things that were happening in the district and receive comments and feedback from our parents. Our emergency drills for the 23-24 school year are being scheduled district-wide. School lockdown drills are being scheduled by the district security manager, Jose Cortez, and coordinated with our law enforcement partners. We want to make sure that when we enter the lockdown drills, we have our SROs present. Security training for the CDES staff for the 23-24 school year. Things that we have planned are critical incidents response for our school administrators, security procedure training for our new employees and substitutes, and the YMCA site supervisor security response training. All 20 schools identified in the DOD grant are now fully equipped with cameras. So new projects. The first one I would like to share is, and this one I'm most excited about, is we are looking at a way to keep our schools uber safe. So most of us today have a smartphone that has apps on it. We had 3 meetings with a company called Ajax. We invited our union presidents, so CBE, CBCEO, and AACD presidents were all part of our third presentation from Ajax. This is a revolutionary app that was designed to keep our dignitaries safe when they were in foreign countries and they had their students in international schools, so their kids. It was then used to keep the private schools, the Jewish academies, the Christian academies, the elite private schools safe. The product was then bought out by an investor who felt that, and who was an ex-police officer, who felt if we have our dignitaries kids super safe, our private schools super safe, why shouldn't we have our public school kids in the same safety net? So this app is a simple app that is used to respond quickly when there's an incident at school. So I'm going to go over quickly how it is. So on your smartphone, there's an app that has Ajax, there's a big stop sign on it. If there was an incident that occurred on the school, you click the app. A red button would appear, and you push that red button. From that red button, you would then go to this where it says select alert type. Now this has a lot of alerts. We would customize this to the needs of our school site. But let's just say that we were in a lockdown. You would click the principal, wherever we saw someone on campus with gun, we click lockdown. Instantaneously, no 911, it goes directly to the police. It goes directly to the first responders. So it bypasses the 911 process and allows instant notification to the law enforcement. So if anyone has called 911, 911 is not instantaneous. You know, sometimes they ring, sometimes that's on average 2 to 6 minutes for them to pick up the phone and respond appropriately. Here, it's an instant connection with those. The company has a grant that they would provide this technology free to the police department, free to the fire department, and free to the paramedics and first responders. That's the most egregious reason we would use. A typical reason that something that happened would guarantee a teacher comes back from class, a student that has a history of taking off isn't around, they could click the locked child alert and it would notify maybe if the student has special needs, it would notify the principal, it would notify everyone. So instantaneously on the school site, we're getting information. Or during lunchtime, we have a new unit that's supervising some students on the playground. Kid falls, hits his head, head bleeding, immediately hits, a medical alert. They're able to notify the office instantaneously that things are happening. So all of this, I'm going quickly over it. But one of the things that it prioritizes is the geometric and geo-mapping of each of our school sites. So it would allow for, if any of the employees was on campus, if there was an incident that occurred, they would click the emergency button and they would geo-map where you are on your app to know whether the medical attention, where the child, where there was a incident where a child was destroying a costume, things like that that actually do happen on a regular basis. So it was customizable to do all of this work. But one of the things that is always critical, and in any time from any mass school shooting, the one thing that they've always relied on is cell phones and text messaging to notify whether people are safe or not. Text messaging requires the person to specifically reach out to everyone who's included in that text, even a group text, to notify them. This has a select your status quick update. So if we're in a school lockdown situation, or we have an earthquake, okay, something that happens, you're able to log in, and your phone will be taken over like an Amber Alert, and then you click your status, safe or unsafe. Okay, so instantaneously, a principal, a school district, let's just say that you're looking at one of these, this school site on the right. All of these are classrooms. A green indication would indicate that you're safe, colors in the obvious. A red indication would indicate that you're in danger or needing assistance. You click the danger and needing assistance button, a dialog pops up that asks what type of assistance you need. This app is in 90% of the schools in Utah. The founder is in Utah. It's being looked at in multiple districts up and down our state right now. And we think, and having strong feedback from our key stakeholders, that this is one option that we should strongly explore at making our schools safe. And so I was able to invite our union representatives as representatives of their employees, and speak for them. I would love for them to speak for themselves. But one of the things I asked them was, do you think this is a good product? Do you think this is something that you would use? And they responded very appropriately, saying that this is something that they would like that. This would make them feel safe. So we're going to be looking at doing a possible proposal for the next board meeting. I'll have a longer presentation, a more detailed presentation with it. Full transparency on this program, depending on school size, it's about $4,000 for our largest schools, $3,000 for our smallest schools per year. But it's very hard to put a price on it, right? And everyone from our YMCA after school employees to the principal of the school site would have this on their app. It's not per employee basis. The cost is really for a single school site. Companies not only interested in making millions of dollars, we're interested in providing safety for our kids. And we want to be the first school district in San Diego that have the safety schools in town. The second thing, and this is one for our parents in our community and our staff, there's a program called WeTip. WeTip is an anonymous program that is a cloud-based online form reporting when there's things that are happening either at our school site or in our schools, our school community, where parents, community members can log on to the app and submit a tip without having the feeling that they're being identified. So anonymous tips that get reported to the police officers, and then the police officers can determine if this is something they need to look at or bring down to the district level. So WeTip is being recommended by the county, San Diego County Office of Education. They are covering the cost of implementation. WeTip signage would go up at all school sites. And then if there's something that's happening at the school site, they can scan the QR code or enter into the app to report an incident that is occurring, report it to the proper authorities, and the authorities can then determine if something that they need to handle or back to the school site. We do have a contract agreement that we're bringing forward to the board tonight. The cost is around $9,000 annually, and that would be for all of those school sites. That's my presentation. Any questions? Yes, thank you so much. Let's do it.
Yes, Mr. Remember that last thing we had where you had the mapping, the full mapping?
Yeah.
I went to the safety meeting because it was a really good presentation. Yes, we had a low turnout of parents. It was at 5 o'clock, and work, summer started, next one would be a lot better, I'm sure. But I was pretty impressed with the description that was Romero gave. For instance, if there was, like you said, an earthquake, you have these classrooms there, and this app would allow the different teachers to say, safe, everybody starts using safe,
in that one classroom or two that are not, responding as safe, the first responders would know exactly where to go. Because more than likely, it could be a teacher got in panic and didn't respond, but you can't take that chance. And then on the other teachers would have designated as being safe for now. But I thought that was in itself the most impressive part, that the teacher could lock down, let everybody know they're safe, and she would just be able to focus, she would be able to focus on the children in the classroom and not try and start communicating with everyone else, because they would be also able to see that their friend is also safe. I was very impressed. I really liked the application.
Yeah, we're excited about it. Next, let's do this.
Thank you again for your presentation. I concur with my colleagues. I have a couple quick questions. For ASIC, is that his name?
They actually call it Egypt. But
Say, okay, that makes sense. It's pronunciation. Excellent. So the app is for teachers and staff on campuses?
Teachers, staff, after school staff, yes.
So all the adults on campus theoretically have it on their phones?
Yes. And so for just to let you know, so like we talked about like such students that come on campus, we would get $100 tablets, and then when the substitutes on campus, they have access to that as well. So basically anybody who's going to be serving in a role at a school site can have that.
That's great. Thank you for that. Quick question. So this notifies police and first responders. Is there anything wrapped up in this program that I understand that WeTip is a form of reporting that gives community members the opportunity to report to the police. And, I thought about that, but also, is there any way that Egypt actually communicates with public once things are happening? Because one of the biggest problems that parents feel is like, if something happens, how do I know that it's going on? And how do I know that my kid is safe? Is there any kind of information sharing with the public at the time that this is being?
So it is programmable to customize to how you want it to roll out. What they recommend is that it goes to the superintendent, it goes to the assistant superintendent, it goes to our communications person, and they're the ones that are able in real time to respond appropriately on how to report it out. One of the most critical things whenever there's an emergency that happens on there is the timeline for communication, right? What happens is, and this happens all the time, is parents get on Nextdoor app and they start using the Nextdoor app to inform, based on what's happening from what someone has reported to them. Right? So when this happens and we're in an immediate lockdown, the minute we put lockdown, the critical people that need to know. So we're not relying on somebody to call who's in Cortez, who then is calling the superintendent, texting to get all that. We're bypassing all of that, and the people who need to know, and then we can work with them to determine how we communicate with our staff. It just really speeds up the process, and it doesn't allow for anything that happens. So we can all go through these critical incident training, right? But when there's a real incident that happens, sometimes we rely on a piece of paper that's stuck next to the door to give us direction on how to respond. You click, there's an earthquake, you click earthquake on that thing, the instructions pop up on the screen, so everybody knows how to respond appropriately, and there's no second guessing on what we need to do.
Great. And so the idea, so it's up to us to actually inform the public from that point on. It's not part of the app itself.
They can't. So I do want to say they can't. The app is, they recommend that it goes to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. But it would help us streamline so that the next door people don't know before we do.
Right.
Cool. Good. And then the question I have for WeTip is, this is just a general kind of, if you do something, say something kind of.
That is the best way to describe it. And this isn't a new thing. It's been around in local schools for a while. A typical thing that happens at, in San Diego, there was a stranger reporting on campus, talking to young girls, right? You want some of that information known right away, and someone will report that, and then SRO can, determine whether it's principal, well, check what's going on, or who's driving.
Great, and so that information goes directly to
Or you please, and maybe
state attorney. Okay, cool. And they use they use their own determination, right? So like if somebody's falling because of biases or whatever, they can do it.
right, and I think, and talking to them, they err on the side of notifying us.
Yeah.
Frequently. So, like, it's not where, you know, what I'm talking about where they were, you know, superseding notifying us if there was like some, you know, like immediate emergency that they're addressing, so address it and then notify, but they err on the side of notifying us.
Very cool. Thank you so much.
Not much. Most of my questions were already asked. Egypt, want to see more of this in action. Since you've seen Egypt 2.0, awesome. Yeah, we've been talking about ways for community in real time. Yes. Other than that, appreciate the
Real quick on Egypt, like this is something that once we get this done, there's gonna our neighboring school districts are gonna want this. One of the critical things that feedback I got from them was like if you asked the teachers to give up Egypt in Utah, they would boycott because it's not necessarily the school shooting, right? It's like I have a student that's a local, right? You know, and we need to notify the principal right away. And I do not have kids at my classroom. I can't leave my classroom. Principal runs and handles it. You know, there are things that happen on a day-to-day basis is where they found that there's extreme value on this and the safety and comfort of knowing if there is something that's critical that happens, you know, you really respond. School shooting happens and you have this app. What the number one thing that the police department uses to determine where the school shooter is? You know, where they get the gun from, right? That's their critical thing that's what they're trained on, to listen for the gunshot to determine where they are. You have this app, and there is a school shooter in your classroom. You push that button, they know where he is. Like they're saving seconds and saving lives. I can't put a price on it.
And other than that, thank you for the invite. You will do the walkthrough. I'll be doing one on the east side. Very good.
All right. The next item is to approve the consent calendar. The following items listed on the consent calendar are considered by the board in one action. There will be no discussion on these items prior to the time of the board votes on the motion unless members of the board, staff, or public request specific items to be discussed or removed from consent calendar. Board, the public has pulled items 11B, item 11B, 11C, 11D, and 11N. Do you have any other items? And we'll start with the student here.
Yes, I do. I have 11C, 11C, 11D, F, G, K, L, M, O, U.
All right, Trustee Bishop, any items you want to pull?
No, no.
Trustee Fernandez, none. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar with the exception of items 11B, 11C, 11D, F, G, K, L, N, O, U?
So moved.
Second. All right. Yes, you may. What item is that one? 11A. Let's go. Okay. The maker of the motion, are you okay to friendly amendment to include 11A?
I accept the amendment.
All right. Moved by Trustee Bishop, second by Trustee Fernandez. All those in favor to approve the consent, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 4-0. 11A, okay.
So on the regular
All right. We missed that one. Is there any objection to the amendment of the minutes? Move to approve. All right. Moved by Trustee Fernandez, second by Trustee Bishop. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion carries 11A 4-0. 11B, I have the public, Mary Davis.
Hi, so reference to state gun storage, I spoke with this at La Mesa last night as well, City of La Mesa. And I know there's a lot of things that start out well intended, but there are repercussions. I mean, you go around the back end. I'm here in strong opposition to the state gun storage resolution on a few fronts. First of all, while it's only a resolution, it supports severe overreach into the homes and lives of your students. It also unfairly targets one industry while ignoring many others that pose a far greater danger. So I'm going to share an example here. Accidental overdoses send 160 kids to the ER every day. This is from vitamins, prescription drugs, and pain relievers. That's over almost 60,000 kids a year to end up on medication. Then let's move on to cannabis. Pediatric edible cannabis exposure and acute toxicity study from 2017 to 2021. In 2017, there were 207 reported cases of overdose. Those are just the reported cases. By 2021, that number had jumped up to 3,054 incidents. So there are so many of these incidents, and I don't see anybody looking to lock up medicine cabinets or put any type of on dummies for cannabis. So you may be barking up the wrong tree because I do feel like that you're delaying self-defense for, especially if you do have a lot of single moms or marginalized people, that's precious seconds to get to their gun. They know their families best and their safety needs. I also wanted to share a time, I'm sorry, I brought my book. Anyway, so I am concerned about the time as a police dispatcher. I do want to share a story where a toddler got into medicine cabinet. We got a very sad call at a hospital where a student had overdosed, or not a student, but a 4-year-old got into the grandparents' medicine cabinet. Sadly, that child succumbed. And so this is a wide problem. Despite all the tragic statistics, I have yet to see a politician or a school district suggest mandatory lock boxes for medicine cabinets. I would also advocate for the board to robustly start enforcing existing gun laws as well as offering gun safety and even perhaps introductory firearms training as a means to hold student learning and lifelong self-defense skills. Lastly, I do know 3 women I met that ended up getting guns for self-defense. One had been the victim of a car crawl, one is carjacking, and so you are denying and delaying self-defense for them. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I suppose it's just a reason.
Okay.
But in reading the resolution, I feel strongly that it needs to be pulled and considered for these reasons alone. Like page 2 of 3, first whereas, it requires sourcing and dating. The fourth whereas, this is old data. It refers to 2007 to 2016. The seventh whereas, it requires sourcing the state. Eighth whereas, we should be citing the County of San Diego, not a 2019 City of San Diego, or is it because the County of San Diego doesn't have an enacted ordinance, or the City of Choluteca doesn't? Then page 3, the first paragraph on that page, which would be the ninth whereas. Again, this cites the City of San Diego. And if the intent of this resolution is to quote data, then it requires the users to incorporate current information and cite the appropriate authority. Currently, this year, 2023, there was a bipartisan Safer Communities Act that was enacted. Maybe we need to look at the most current information before we put something else that's out there that really doesn't, I don't believe it to be updated or incorporate the different perspectives that our community or that we have.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion? If not, I'll
with Ms. Davis on one of the points that she made that medicine and cannabis storage is also an issue in our schools. And I actually agree with this ordinance here, but I think that it's not out of left field to encourage our parents to be safe and lock up their medicine and their cannabis. If we can come back and do something in addition, I'm not saying to not vote for this tonight, but maybe come back at a later time and have a resolution to encourage our parents to be safer with other things in their household to protect our kids. Thank you for that suggestion.
Move to approve.
I will second.
Second by trustee Bishop. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Well, what is the vote? I don't understand the vote. Nay.
Okay, the motion carries 3 in favor, 1 against, and 1 absent. Item 11C, I have a member from the public, Mary Davis.
Hi, I'll be quick. I was planning on bundling them all together, so thank you for the opportunity. I just wanted to say, reference to cultural, ethnic, and linguistic diversity, that is again a very noble goal. But what I'm worried about is the fracturing, the splintering, the segmentation. I would really like to see an emphasis on unity and how we are all together. I am what I call an accidental activist as COVID played out, and I saw rights being eroded and infringed on. And I'll get into that more in the civics lesson. But what I really saw was the big takeaway: we are stronger together. Synergistic energy, and that is really what I want. Also, by the way, I'm a graphic designer. I love your new logo. Whoever did that, kudos to you. That was really good. So again, in that front, let's promote unity and not all this segmentation that splits people, because you see it causes polarization. Let's work together, concentrate on our strengths. If when you're married, you sit there and just pick apart your spouse for everything he does wrong, where's that marriage going to go? Let's find strength and unity together. Thank you so much.
The culture call by trustee Dominguez Orlando.
Ms. Mary, thank you. We don't normally speak to honest, but we'll remember that. 11C. That was, yes, 11C, adopt resolution and appreciation. The fifth whereas I would like to add a correction or an amendment to it where it says age appropriate lessons. Yeah, the fifth whereas? Right, the where and if you want to get that. The word must reflect the age appropriate, or I don't know, or
Superintendent.
Next question. The very end, it says, we submit this at every level with age appropriate.
So there's a motion to
I will second the amendment.
the resolution to include the appropriate age appropriate lessons on the can as the fifth whereas.
Yes.
It's been second by trustee Bishop. All those in favor on the amendment?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the motion carries to amend the resolution. Now,
Approve
the amended resolution moved by trustee Bishop. Is there a second?
I will.
Second by trustee Dominguez Cervantes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0. Now, item 11B. We have a speaker from the public, Mary Davis.
Thank you again for this opportunity. Mary Davis here. So civic's so important, and I just feel like it's gone through the wayside. And I luckily had a very strong foundation in civics. We also studied current events. Luckily, I grew up in an era where people were down the middle and told both sides of the story. And then we even had, like, say, debates or that one, and then sometimes if you had a really good teacher, they would make you argue the opposing side, something you didn't believe in. Because again, that brings that diversity of thought and trying. One of my favorite quotes is a sign of an educated mind to be able to entertain an idea without necessarily agreeing with it. That is the basis of starting to understand. When it comes to civics, I really encourage you, and what I'm afraid of is that this is going to send people down a certain road of ideology, and that is my great fear. Again, I'm asking you to respect diversity of thought, tell both sides. More importantly, I also encourage you to bring people, the students out on field trips. I had not attended a public meeting ever until in my 50s. I don't think people should have to wait 5 decades to go see how our government really works. And so I appreciate that you would move that forward, get them out there in the real world. And again, don't turn them into social justice warriors. Please turn them into somebody that knows your rights. For example, the Board of Supervisors, we are not allowed to clap there. How ridiculous is that? And let me clarify that, because when they made Rule 4F, they actually did it in November. The meetings reopened in March, and we clapped the whole first 45 minutes of the meeting. And then it came time for the people to speak. Then clapping wasn't allowed. So everybody else just accepted that. And I thought, how is clapping not disruptive when the proclamation, but when the people speak, we're told that clapping is disruptive. And my issue is if I did not have that strong civics foundation, I would not have recognized that essential First Amendment right violation. And so I'm asking, give people, don't tell them what to think, teach them how to think. Most importantly, let them know what their rights are. I look at the Bill of Rights as a bubble, as a protection around us, and it's being eroded grain by grain, and most people don't even recognize it. So please emphasize civics in your class and let these students know what their rights are and do it in an even-handed way that tells both sides and does not favor a progressive agenda. Thank you.
Yes, in regards to the resolution, I believe it needs to be the implementation guidance that requires age appropriateness in all material investments. I found some of the other attachments that we have doesn't do that. Some are missing, and I think that's important that we incorporate them. There's 4 paragraphs in the category of classroom instruction. The second to the last sentence there where it says, however, schools should avoid teaching only rote facts about drive procedures. Rote facts, wow. That's the competitiveness of something to where now you believe something or think something out of repetition. What does drive procedures mean?
It means boring, not exciting, not right.
You want to teach the storytelling, right? You have to go information to stories rather than presentation.
Sort of thing.
Well, I get the drawing to the humor,
Yeah.
kind of thing, but I just thought that was interesting. So that's my main point here is to ensure that we include and implement some guidance that requires age appropriateness in all material and lessons that are delivered.
Any other discussion from the board?
I actually agree with what Ms. Davis said about having more field-trip opportunities for local government. I think that's a great idea. Is there a place in here that we can?
Sorry, extracurricular activities outside of classroom.
So I didn't know if that was extracurricular meaning outside of classroom. But that's, thank you. That's clarification. I will second.
Moved by Trustee Fernandez, second by Trustee Bishop, to move and approve the agenda item as is. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries 3 in favor, 1 no with
Saying no. And trustee Garcia absent. Item 11F. Trustee Bernice. Goodbye.
Okay, this is longer. It's proving ratifying new resources items A through M. So under D, where it's early intervention program specialist, mental health, and district parent engagement, the word to versus from. If you look at those two positions,
All right. On item 11F, on the job description.
for early intervention program specialist, mental health, and the district parent engagement, I'm merging the two because that's where I'm having a problem understanding. When it goes into funding, the one of them speaks about to the general fund, and the other is from the general fund. It's on page 7 of 27. So I really believe that may make a difference if you're putting money into it or from it.
Dr. Mr. Isma.
Page 7 of 27.
Is the same effect coming out of the general fund? From the general fund? $20,200.
Okay.
Well, it's the same when you charge to the general fund, and then the money's coming from the general fund.
I just want to make sure you're clear that it isn't talking. Thank you.
Is there any other discussion?
Several on this different item. Okay, on K, the associate principal. I know it's called out earlier, Mr. Romero spoke to it. I just thought it was interesting to comment that the associate principal is going to be shared between two schools. That's correct? Okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Under consultants, M, I wanted to, when we go to approve the different items, under consultants, the South-Bay Community Services, SCCF, I needed to recuse myself from that one, the reference to that particular consultant. My family and I regularly donate to a DEC program under their umbrella. So when we vote, I need to not vote on that specific.
Would you feel comfortable with just excusing yourself from the consulting item?
Probably not. No, exactly. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else on this item?
Yes, under job description, we've discussed this before, but I'm still adamant about it. It's a contract. I do not, it's a contract. It's the before and after school instructional provider, page 14 of 27. Excuse me, I'm just reading my participants before and after school instructional providers, excuse me for the previous statement. I just wanted to understand why this position pays $50 per hour salary for someone with a high school degree or GED when we have IAs getting paid $17 an hour.
That's right.
Thank you, and we want to make sure that we're very transparent in what we're asking for on this item. So this will be funding through our ELOP, so this is not out of the general fund. The idea behind this was to ensure that all our employees and community members who participate in providing this before school and after school opportunities for our students are paid equal. So the instructional aide that's paid $17 an hour will have the opportunity to teach these classes and earn $50 an hour. So that the teacher who is teaching fourth grade during the day will be able to teach these classes after school and earn $50 an hour. The community member who's a science major and interested in teaching our students robotics will be able to teach that robotics class and earn $50 an hour. So it's really an idea about prioritizing equity and making sure that we have these opportunities for all of those students.
It sounds like fun. Students, family, and Community Services Early Education Project Manager, page 16 of 27. My question is simple. Where is this manager being assigned to work and in support of what?
That's it. Yes, so thank you. This is under the direction of our Director of Early Childhood Education. This is prioritizing the early childhood programs that the board has valued and wanting to make sure that we continue. So this is an update to a position that was already in the district, but we're updating the job description as we try to attract and retain high quality staff. So mild adjustments to make it 2023 friendly.
Thank you.
This is including the FIT program?
Yes.
Specifically for the leader of the FIT program.
Leadership and to growth.
Right.
Any other?
Yes. Extended learning slightly, page 18 of 27. And Mr. Romero may have clarified part of it already for me, but just to make sure. So I look at the essential job requirement, the requirement for high school diploma or GED. Then I compare it to the essential job function. It requires to oversee program instructors, community providers, oversee and complete site program evaluations. I think that they might just evaluate staff performance, create and maintain accountability systems, and much, much more. So I don't know what the classified salary schedule 42 pay is. So I just wanted to know if this is seems rather, I'm supposing you're looking at more of the experience versus the education is what it looks like. But when we call out certain salary schedules, I think for my purposes, if you don't want to post it out there for everyone, but I would do by the we want to be very transparent. When we say schedule 42, is there a start pay there that we could quote just to give me an idea if it's going to be $500 an hour or if it's going to be $200 an hour? You know, I think it makes a difference in the follow-up questions that we might have.
That's right. Yeah, it's not $500 an hour, I promise. So this position is those programs that we talked about that we're offering, the robotics, cooking, volleyball, all those exciting things that we literally had planned starting our first quarter when we started school. They require a little bit of oversight. So this person who we're working with this position is very similar to what we would consider in our YDAP program, the site leads that run that. So they're not the ones that are providing the service, but they're managing the attendance, managing the pickup, managing all of those things. So the position requirements are some clerical and some oversight, but not necessarily, a typical like teacher evaluation. They would be supervising the staff that are providing these exceptional classes, but not necessarily providing feedback on how to grow. Wanting to make sure that they're providing oversight that they're there. Person, so take for example, we're having a healthy cooking class at Grade Rogers Elementary. That class, person who's running that class calls the computer. This site person would provide an opportunity to have some activity that takes place and call parents to let them know that the cooking class is being canceled for the day. So just basically clerical oversight for that. I did work with Omar to look at what the YMCA is paying for that. Bumped it up a little bit to make sure that we're not just competitive, but might be able to coach some of the people that they have, all fair and love and hiring. Yeah, then just let you know the pay is around $38 an hour.
That's right. Yeah, it's actually 30.5 points. 30 on for terms. Starting salary for a full-time person, first column would be $5,814 per month. First month.
My follow-up questions would be
$30 an hour from online is pretty good.
It's really good.
Yeah, you're a number.
So for the following three positions, it's still on the same lines. It would be nice to have what the starting pay is when there's a quote up there. Unless we have a Dr. Reyes sitting next to us, the public's not going to know. I don't know what that starting pay is. It would be nice to say starting at. I don't know how that would conflict with anything that you're working on now.
Yeah, so I think we do the salary grade, the level, and not necessarily put that around. So we do have it on. So the solar schedule is still. So everybody can actually. One of the things that typically happens is we don't put salary on job descriptions because the next time we update it, we would have to update 300 salaries with 300 job descriptions. So if we put the range and where it's paid and we have a salary schedule match, we literally have close to 300 classified positions. So anytime there would be a small increase or any increase, we would need to bring to the board 300 revisions for the job description. So this is the method that we do. If there's any suggestions on how we can make it clear, I'm open for that. But that's one key, actually, the only reason why we don't put the actual amount on the salary, on the job.
Maybe when we have the, like, when we staff on our minutes now, I don't know if we have. Thank you.
Is there anything else on item 11 after one?
Yes. District parent engagement rate is on page 26 of 27. The job description requires a high school diploma, but in this specific case, it does not allow for a GED. Any particular reason the others did?
Dr. Ray. Yeah, great question. So the reasoning behind what we require and what we don't was this position is actually an essential function of what we want to do is prioritizing our parent engagement. We're a school district, and just like with most school districts, anytime we're involving individuals that are going to be working at our district office in regular communication and full-time employment, which is a full-time employee position, we ask for a high school diploma. The other positions were part-time. So the director of the site lead position, part-time employee, not necessarily engaging with parents, not necessarily engaging in overall communication. Same thing with our ELP, before and after school program. People not engaging with parents, not engaging in overall district communication. So the priority we look at to make sure that we have a minimum of a high school diploma.
Thank you. I'll help you with this one. I think that if you do this, that we have consistency in job description, and if we are doing high school diploma in GED and from, we should do the same as all of them. So I would entertain a motion to add the job description.
Motion for.
All right, moved by trustee Dominguez and Ramos, second by trustee Bishop to add to this student parent engagement arrangement on job description. All those in favor on the amendment, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion to amend the job description carries. Anything else on the site? No. Trustee Bishop.
Thank you. I'll go backwards because my hand there in the middle of the agenda trying to hold place. I just have I really appreciate the updates to the parent liaison. That's fantastic. My quick question is, what was the previous salary range for that job?
The previous salary was ranged 20.
Great. Okay, that's good. I really encourage people who have experience with parent engagement and with parenting workshop programs. I really hope that we get somebody in there to do that kind of work.
Member Bishop, can I also make one more comment?
Yeah.
We also extended the work year from 180 days to 100 and at least 200. So prioritizing work that needs to take place in the summer and prepping. So salary increase and also the number of work days.
That's fantastic.
Is there any other discussion on item 11?
I just have real quick. I appreciate the PIP increase. I also just, as a personal note, I wanted to say bye to Janelle Fly, who's an amazing teacher, fifth grade teacher, who is leading our district.
All right, the best approach to tackle this item is to bifurcate the item. We would do 11F with the exception of subsection M. That way, everybody 11F, which are out now. So, with that said, I will entertain a motion to bifurcate item 11F with taking out section 10.
I move to approve section 11F, subtracting subsection N.
Second. All right. Moved by trustee Bishop, second by trustee Fernandez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Now,
I move to approve subsection N. Of 11F.
Is there a second? Second. Moved by trustee Bishop, second by trustee Fernandez to approve 11F subsection M. All those,
All in favor?
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. All those abstaining.
Aye.
There you go. Motion carries 3-1 abstention. Okay. Moving along, 11G, trustee Fernandez. Aye, trustee. So we get Cervantes. Sorry, I thought it was Did they have you? Am I gonna do? No? All right, if there's no one, to approve the motion, is there a second? I second. All those in favor say aye. For 11.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Motion carries for 11G, 4-0. 11K, trustee Dominguez Cervantes.
Ratify amendment to memorandum of agreement with Hispanic Learning Opportunities, YMCA San Diego, for after-school education, safety program, etc. This is the one I was mentioning earlier, and it's come up before. I still believe that reference to tutoring in this contract is misleading. If we're signing a contract for something that says they're doing and they're not. I just think it needs to be moved long enough to be proactive. If they do not provide tutoring, we were told this before, and I don't know why we keep passing it. They're not providing tutoring. So it should not be included in there unless they are now going to provide tutoring.
That's correct.
Ms. Morales.
So this MOU is about the YMCA support, staffing support at our summer camp. So we were able to have 12 summer camps this year for our innovation camps, and we provided essential staffing support to meet the requirements of the I think what you're referring to, especially in this process, is the learning happiness stress person. And so next month, we have the YMCA giving a presentation and a report to the board. And part of that presentation will be to explain how tutoring, how that part of it is incorporated into our program. So that stress presentation will include that, and the YMCA will be reporting on that next month. And we just talk about it. And then we can talk about it then in kind of more detail. And I'll make sure that's included. I'll still post this and
Then move to approve by trustee Fernandez. Is there a second?
Second.
Move to second by trustee Bishop. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries 3-1. No. 11 count.
approved purchase of benchmark. When I read the attachment, my question is just, when are the teachers scheduled to be trained on this material? It speaks about training the teachers. So I would imagine there's a training schedule.
Thank you. So we are, as you know, we have a lot of new materials coming in. We are getting ready to have science training, we have science materials coming in, we have math materials coming in, math training. So we have our benchmark materials coming in a little after. They will have access online, and there is asynchronous learning, recording of learning that they can have, as well as some support from our current literacy coordinator who provided
some opportunities for teachers to dig into it. There will be a trainer model where each grade level will have a representative from the school come to learn how to use the new materials and be able to put that on the site. What I really want to make sure that everybody is clear on is that we are not using a whole new literacy program. We are really focusing on those foundational skills, right? We really want to get to where we know that kids are in need of that additional support. That's really solid to learn something. That's the component of the program that they have in camp, and that we want to provide for our teachers. But we also want to be realistic in the spacing out of how we provide that information for them to use. So we're going to provide asynchronous learning, so the video recording. We're going to provide in-person training of the trainers, and then follow-up support for our teachers to continue to help them use the new system. Okay?
Is there any other discussion on this item? Motion? Moved by trustee Bishop, is there a second? Second by trustee Dominguez Cervantes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Item 11N. I do have a speaker from the public. May I do it?
Hi, real quick. So Mary Davis here, and I am happy to see that you're going to be flying the Purple Heart Flight. It's so important to honor our veterans, especially the ones that were injured in the line of duty. I do ask perhaps that you, and then also going back to the cultural thing, and you have all the months with like Black History, Hispanic History. I do hope that you will also fly a flag for each month on those. This is a combination of Filipino American. That would say be an example for October. And then also, my husband's father was on the USS Arizona when it was bombed at Pearl Harbor. He was one of the lucky small percentage of survivors. That is a strong history that we grab onto. Our kids know that history, but I'm shocked at how many kids, if you say Iwo Jima, Normandy, D-Day, they glaze over. They couldn't even tell you which war it was. So I'm hoping that we give more recognition to like say on D-Day, June 6th, that we maybe fly a D-Day flag, or, that we give a recognition to this. And again, the POW and MIA, I love the cold cases where if somebody gets identified and then we can bring that soldier home. We need to never forget that sacrifice and continue to honor them. So thank you for this step in the right direction and recognizing the Purple Heart. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. This item will go control of trustee Bishop.
Yes, I just want to raise the item on here, background information. I know it's just a small typo. It says Purple Heart Day is observed in the United States annually on August 7th in remembrance and honor of the brave men and women who were either wounded on the battlefield or paid the ultimate sacrifice with their lives. Additional date of the Purple Heart is a United States military decoration awarded in the name of the President to those wounded or killed while serving in the U.S. military. We all caught the title, right?
Is there a motion to approve this item with the
motion?
Moved by trustee Cervantes, is there a second?
Second.
Second made by trustee Bishop. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Item 11O. Trustee Dominguez Cervantes.
This is something amongst other things that's over my head. Am I understanding this correctly? Adopt resolution establishing the annual special taxes for some community districts. I read it and reread it, so help me understand. Does this essentially authorize us, the school district, to tax communities? Are we directing which communities get taxed or not? Because I looked at certain districts, like the Millennium got, lucky this for them. Can someone explain or elaborate on that a little bit more?
Dr. Ray.
Yes, so what this does is new schools are built through community facilities districts. So the developer builds a development that forms community facility districts, for example, East State, Rancho Colorado, and so on with Ontario. So each of those community facility districts has rates for each of the homes that are built. Basically, they're also known as numbers. And so each house every year has a rate, and that rate is increased depending on if it's the first year of the rate there or subsequent year. If it's the first year new house, in this case for 2023-24, the rate is increased 7.8%, and that's based on the building cost index, which matches construction costs, inflation, construction costs, materials, and goods. If it's a second year of the another use or community facility district tax, then it's limited to 2%. The increase every year. So every year we bring this, and it's a requirement of the agreements that are entered into by the developer and the Children's Elementary School District. And again, that money is used to then accumulate and then we go out and use it eventually to build a new school.
So essentially, this is between the developer and us.
Initially,
how does the money get
back to the district? So the initial agreement is between the developer and the district. The implementation of the special tax or community facility district tax is then by these rates, you then increase the rates by 7.8 if it's a new first year, or 2% if it's a continuing. And then we take the revised rates and implement those and submit them to the County of San Diego. And then the County of San Diego then puts those on the property tax bills and disperses them, and you'll see those up with the property tax. For those properties that are subject to the community facility district tax.
Yes, I guess that's when you talk in the morning, so I didn't understand it. Thank you.
Is there any other questions? If not,
I move to approve.
Okay. Moved by Trustee Bishop, and second by Trustee Fernandez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries 4-0. Next item on the agenda, 11U. Trustee Benito Solano.
I was reading about the auctioning of some furniture. In regards to the furniture that may be donated to charitable organizations, my question is, what is the criteria? And I'm wondering if it's an appropriate time to designate that it stays within the communities and the community that purchased it, essentially. So I don't know what the criteria is, how it's decided where it goes, which charity, that sort of thing.
All right. Dr. Ray.
Clarifying question, are you talking about donation or are you talking about selling?
No, just donation. Because after it's sold, well, the money can stay here, but the donation piece, I believe that the furniture or whatever will be donated to charities within our community.
Typically, old equipment gets brought back, gets auctioned. Whatever doesn't get auctioned, the value is under the board policy amount per item. And for the most part, they are discarded because there's no, we put it out there for any charities, other schools. We primarily ask other school districts if they want to be the organization that picks up the items. And so primarily from other school districts.
I'd like to propose that we have a process wherein we could reach out to our charities within our community to let them know that on these days they could come and take a look. They may want to take it. You have veteran homes, you have homeless situations, domestic violence centers. You have quite a few places that might be able to use, especially some of these transitional domestic violence centers. What they do with the furniture, they the families take it on to live wherever they go on to live. And same with the homeless. They, become part of the individuals that are going to make a change in their lives. We believe that there's a lot of opportunities here instead of trashing it.
Dr. Ray, can you staff review the board policy and see what we can make them against?
Yeah, so I'll start with you because we have reviewed the board policy. And if we have like attitude and go ahead and our staff when we have to donate stuff, that those sort of decisions around the community.
We will. Is there any I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Moved by trustee Fernandez, is there a second? Second by trustee Bishop, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries 4-0. Next item is public hearing. They have to read all those. All right. The public hearing section provides the public with the opportunity to address the board on a specific item. Persons wishing to address the board on any public hearing item must complete a request to be heard card and submit it to the recording secretary at the start of the meeting or call 619-679-9001 prior to the start of the meeting. The telephone line opens 1 hour prior to the start of the meeting. Users are requested to limit their remarks to 3 minutes and speak in a respectful and professional manner. The board shall limit the total time for input on each public hearing item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public comment on each public hearing item, depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard. There are no public hearings for tonight. The next item is administrative action items. There are no administrative action items.
I'm sorry, I was for that one. I know I'm not allowed to go there.
There are no items, sorry.
No, my only question
The
is.
next item is first and second readings, board policies, administrative relations, and board bylaws. There are no items. The next item is general information items and reports. Report calendar to the Board of Education. Do any the board members need to request any board reports?
Thank you, Delia, because you have been there somewhere. The only one from the board, you're supposed to be there if you're on the system.
Is there any report?
Yeah, there's a few reports I just wanted to resurface that I know we're working on, but I didn't want to be quiet of them. Is, the update on the, attendance interface that we're looking at between SPED and Jones Ed. I know a couple months ago we spoke about that and we were doing some follow-up.
Did you want to say anything else? Did you want to say anything else? I got the live stream going still.
The only thing that I wanted to say is that the board members, we have been fighting for the park for the kids in Harborside area, District 4, by the way. I have been working against the park being closed because we need, especially this summer, we need the people. We need the supporters from the Chula Vista Elementary School District, and they are here arguing about stuff that is not very important because it's for the kids. The park is for the children. The children of Harborside, they need their park back. And these people is here just sitting down, working on papers and not doing what they are supposed to do. Tamayo is supposed to be the very first one to be there, you know, supporting the park, to be open. But they have a lot of papers to work on instead of going and showing their face. At least send a message, you know, we support you or something. They are doing nothing. Just sitting there waiting for people to come to them instead of they going and supporting, because we have a meeting outside the park as well and nobody's there supporting. We need Harborside to be open, and that's what I wanted to say. But he skipped me because I was a little bit late for them to collect my papers, so that's it. I need the full board members from Chula Vista Elementary School District to support the children of Harborside in District 4. That's all. Thank you very much.
That's why I do this, so you still can get your voice heard even if they say that. Because I was listening, I was like, you know,
And the only one who
as soon as you walked out, I was like, I'm gonna come to you right now. 1 second.
No, yes, and the only person who's been there is Miss Delia Dominguez.
Yep.
She's been the only one there from the board.
Yep.
She's representing the board, good, but it's been over a month.
Yep. And she mentions it, and it's on the live streams and stuff. So.
Yes, and she's not, and they are not there. What about the others? You know, they got together to fight a flag, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the kids? The kids, the academics are more important than gender. You know, they are setting what they care about. No, not the kids, but politics, actually.
Yep.
Politics. Someone asked me yesterday, is this about politics? I didn't want to say that,
Right.
but now I think it is, you know, sadly. But I want to invite people to Let's Sit. A group, it's an organization, new organization, at least here in San Diego. I met them recently, and I want to invite people, especially Hispanics, to join Lexi. You don't have to pay nothing. It's just for you to get informed. Hispanics, Hispanos, Mexicanos, Latinos, infórmense a través de Lexi, el grupo de Lexi, lo que está sucediendo. Ahí se pueden aprender lo que está pasando verdaderamente. Dejen de ver televisión. Convoqué a alguien para ir a una junta para el parque y la gente no fue porque estaban viendo Televisa, un programa donde una tal Wendy está allí, no sé qué. O sea, enfóquense, quieren sus hijos que estén bien, después no se quejen, por favor. Lexi, I'm sorry, bye.
No, that's perfect. Tell whatever you need to get out, because that's what I mean. That's what I'm here for. I don't know what you know. You don't know what I know. But if we share it, everybody will know.
Thank you very much. Robert, right?
Yep.
Robert Johnson?
Yep.
Okay.
Did I speak with you on the phone? I called you, and you told me about the meetings that they were having.
Yes, yes.
And I was going to show up, but I never got the meeting location.
Oh, okay.
So if you guys have another meeting, just let me know, and I'll show up and broadcast
with
it.
Andrea Cardenas. I talked to her today in the park, at
Okay.
the park.
Yeah.
And she said, I want to talk to you in private.
Yeah.
I'm not going now. Maybe I'm just...
Well, that, I mean,
yes,
she probably won't like the cameras there, but
no, but it needs to be in public.
yeah, that's what I think.
That's
what I think.
I'm doing things in public.
Yeah.
So everything has to be public. She told me 1-to-1, not in private, just 1-to-1. But it's like, I don't know, because it's not my park only.
Right.
I'm the voice of the kids, and I'm the voice for the elderly. Because the elderly, they are telling me, Nita, please.
Well, it's their park too, exactly. Yeah, it's everybody. Everybody's losing right now.
The seniors, especially.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I put in a FOIA request, and I'm gonna make a video in the next couple of days here and release it. And I put in a request here too, because they're working on a plan of oversight or something. It was something they voted on 2 months ago, and there's still nothing done on it. So I want to show you guys what they're actually doing, and so far they've done nothing.
Is there any place that we can meet with you, like
Yeah.
see what you're doing, talk to you about?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Maybe where?
Whenever I just live right here in Chula Vista, so.
Okay, so maybe we can meet in a day in a library and meet with you.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever you guys want. I mean, I can.
But to have you, especially you there.
Yeah.
Because Telemundo call me, Televisa call me, NBC with us work with Telemundo. They did interviews yesterday. I don't know how. I don't watch TV. I don't even have cable, so that's the thing. I don't know. Some people told me right now, oh, I saw you on TV. I don't know what they are posting on TV about me.
Right.
I know that I got interviewed, but I have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah, no, and I'll look some of that stuff
Yeah,
up.
but I was looking for you, especially because you're here.
I appreciate it. I try to.
Okay, Robert. Thank
You
you
have
very
a good
much.
night.
You too. Oh, and they asked me if your Truth Social is the Trump.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
I told them, I said yes, because it's Truth Social, you know. Like, they were asking me like, okay. So I sent them your information because they say, it was in yellow, we were not able to read it, so I screenshot it and sent it right now to them.
Yeah, no problem. I have another bigger.
What is the symbol that you have in there?
It's a leaf.
Oh, a leaf.
With so in computers.
Is the one that I have. This one is the one that I sent them right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I screenshot it because I took a picture out of it and I have it now in my cell phone. Just in case. Oh, so this is a leaf.
Yeah, it's a leaf.
This is a musical note.
Well, in computers, right, the file system format is called a J tree. Yeah, and this is J Street. So,
Now
everything.
Now I see the J and the leaf. You know, before that I was like, what is this? A musical note or something? So, okay. So I'm gonna let them know because they were asking that. We were talking about you right now.
Oh, cool. No problem.
That's why they were asking.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I always like to get the word out. So, you have a good night.
You too. Thank you, Robert.
Yep, bye. You too. I almost need a drink real quick. Oh. So I want to go back in. I need a drink. I'm thirsty. So let's go for a walk. So when you come back here, everybody parks over there. I know. I'm sorry. I'm horrible. You guys want to see the meeting, but I'm thirsty. Everybody's got drinks in there, and they're just all sitting in there. I got like 12 pounds of equipment on me, and I'm like trying to hold up the camera, entertain you guys, and now I'm getting thirsty. All right, that's all I needed was something to drink. At least we get some outside stuff. Get my vape real quick. We're still gonna be a couple minutes, so. But that's why I come, so that way, in case they do that stuff, you guys can still get your voices heard. All right.
I'm really excited to take that position. It is a position where we are working to help guide towards all over San Diego County and represent San Diego County District at the state level to try and, again, get more money and have good, be able to do legislative work. And finally, I just want to thank our teachers, our staff, our admins, coming back to school. On behalf of parents, thank you for taking our kids back and teaching them and giving them great things to look forward to during the day. We know how hard you are working and we appreciate you. So thank you so much to everyone, both here and out there, for all your hard work. I appreciate you.
Thank you for that. All right, I didn't have as much time to dedicate towards being a board member.
I'm not criticizing anybody else.
No, having not been in classroom since 2018, I decided not to stop in the classroom in school. Taught math didn't come in ninth grade, so I barely got to enjoy maybe about 10 days of math. I did, however, engage with community members through email. I got a lot of emails around combo classes, and so I decided to better inform myself on all the different metrics that are looked at when you are making combos and breaking combos. And so I want to thank Dr. Reyes for allowing some staff from the student placement department to engage with me and better inform me. And honestly, I'm not 100% on it, but I see all the numbers that staff looks at, and it's a tough decision, but it's a decision that I know you look at monthly, and you do projections with different
So it's a process that obviously we continue to perfect, and I know that parents won't like all the answers that you give them, like, hey, we cannot do away with all combo classes. It's just not feasible. But I do appreciate the opportunity to be better informed so that I can respond to those parents as well. So thank you for the opportunity, Dr. A. Other than that, thank you so much, and I'm excited to study. Really excited.
Awesome, awesome. So, like my fellow sisters said, welcome everyone. I hope that everybody had a little bit of time off. I know that my fellow sister here was enjoying 10 days. Some of us didn't have that luxury, but that's what you get for being a 12-month employee. So one of the things that I appreciate is that we return back. We return back and focus our superintendent was guiding this district to make sure that we continue to focus on teaching and instruction, making sure that our number one priority remains those students in the district. I do want to acknowledge the efforts of our labor department. I know that in the coming months we will have difficult discussions, and we'll do our best to make sure that we honor the work at the same time that we're honoring the needs of all students and make sure that our programs continue to function as we look at the different funding. For example, the ESSER funding is due to expire in 2020 June of 2024. That's a tall ask because that funding is around $14.5 million. That it was extra funding allocated by the federal government, and that is going away. So we have a lot of programs and projects that are funded through that they'll need to make tough decisions on how do we support it, what do we continue, and how do we continue to best serve students. So taking all that into consideration, it's part of what keeping up at night doing this stuff. So thank you, and welcome back to the next school year. I hope that we continue to do great work for our students. Superintendent.
Well, we're really looking forward to this new school year. I know that everyone thanks all the staff that worked throughout during the summer to get everything ready for the start of the new year. We had a great kickoff this Monday where we it's different. It was different from the traditional kickoff where we hired someone to provide some instructional speech. This time around, I really want to thank Ms. Romero and this department, Rochelle, for helping me supporting that. And all parents, but Ms. Romero, it's he did a great job and Romero did an amazing way where we truly engage our admin team in doing our activities with focus. And everything else was around our needs, and everything was around leadership and vision and focus and working together and team connection. And so I'm very excited to start a new year the right way. Start a new year without thinking COVID tracing, without thinking anybody. That truly focusing on students and moving along, turning the page on adult issues and focusing on student issues. And so with that, again, I really want to thank all our principals, our teachers, our classified staff that, I've seen, I remember our vacation, we drive by the schools and they're there, present. And so that, I've said many times, that is what distinguishes this district among others. Every district has experienced folks and staff that has a lot of knowledge and experience. We have that too, but in addition, we have heart. We have commitment. And our staff is truly genuinely with those students. And that is a win condition. So I wish everyone a great restart of the year.
All right, the next item is adjourned. The next regular meeting of the Board of Education of the Chula Elementary School District is scheduled on Wednesday, August 9th, 2023 at 4 p.m. for session and 6 p.m. for open session. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Move to adjourn.
Second by Trustee Bishop, second by Trustee Fernandez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I see, I called it.
I don't want to grab my chair. From the cave or whatever. I just want to know what you're doing.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing good.
I like your hat.
Thank you.
Truth.
Yeah, I'm here to hold accountability. That's what we're here to do now.
Yeah.
So now we have the streams, the news, and then I'm the person who just puts it out there. I don't try to spin it or nothing. So if you ever have anything you want to get out there, I have a website, YouTube, Rumble, all the syndication already. I put during the pandemic, right? I put in the work and set up all the stuff so that way now I can just show up and do all the live streaming. So this weekend there's the event with Mike Lindell.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna have a table there.
So I'm gonna be streaming that. I've been talking to Kim this week and she called me today. So
yeah, I talked to her. I told her, give me 3 minutes to say something about election. She asked me what can we do to change the election. I said, just let me vote.
Right?
Yeah.
No, that's
so we'll see. I don't know if maybe she'll let me go up there. I don't know because it's a tight ship because they, these people pay money too.
Yeah. Well, I told her, I've tried to donate 3 times. I can't donate $10. You want to show up. So you got to make it easier for people.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm here. I'm the tech savvy guy to help push everybody in that direction.
Yeah.
And then everybody will just benefit. Yeah. I don't need to benefit. Everybody needs to benefit.
Yes. I've been helping with the banners out there. I've been. I
went yesterday, the ones on the freeway?
But today I didn't go because I got the phone call about this. They
just
at the last minute they called me and I'm like, okay, I didn't help today.
I was supposed to be at the city doing a charter review commission. That's policy, right? And they didn't post the notice of cancellation until today. So I got them on another violation of not. So I'm just displaying all this, right? And so I have another FOIA with them about the girl who walked out earlier about the park. Yeah, and she did another video with me. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you too.
If there's anything you ever want to get out there, I'm always here. You just shout it out.
I will. Thank you.
All right.
Love you. Thank you.
Yep. Bless you guys. So I was supposed to be over there doing that, and then I saw this was tonight, and as soon as that canceled, I was like, I'm going right up the street.
That's good. You came.
Oh yeah.
They didn't. I think they had time to get her at the end. They see.
Oh yeah.
I think that's why
we'll
they
show
didn't
up with
do
15 more cameras to keep everyone going.
That's right. Yeah, I think that's.
We can play the game just like everybody else. So everybody just knows that I'm available all the time. I pretty much don't work to be available for this.
Okay.
Like, even though I don't make money doing it, cause that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is to make things better, right?
Well, yeah, I got your information. I'll let you know when we'd like to go here or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Anything. Yeah. Whatever you guys need. And I'll come to cover businesses too, promote you
or
guys,
events,
and do
or
all
rallies.
that
Have a
other fun
rally.
stuff. Exactly.
Rally too. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
My name's Robert.
Martha.
Pleasure.
Martha Alicia.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
I live right. I went to Hilltop.
Yeah, I live right here too, and I live off of Palomar, like the 3rd and Palomar or Quintard. Yeah, in that area. I live there.
Nice.
And, I've been here. I was born and raised in San Diego, but I was living in Pearl Beach the longest. But then I ended up out here in Chula Vista, so I've been out here since. And I'm running for Central New England 80th district.
Sweet.
So,
You send me your information so I can start pumping it up.
yes.
We do San Diego Spaces.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. And we're trying to bring in candidates that are running for different positions just to get their messages out to people so people can hear them.
Well, not tomorrow, Friday. I mean, this man on the bridge, we were talking with
right.
Stuff out there. He's from Texas, and I think I've seen, but he said he wants to get me out there to talk on his radio. So we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
I'm like, okay, we'll see.
It's a whole circle, and we're going to share everything.
Yeah.
So that's what this taught me.
Yes.
Was if we work together, we all lift each other up at the same time.
Yes.
So it's going to be good. Have a good night.
Bye.
It's always a pleasure hearing you.
Oh, thank you very much. So I was wondering, are you with a media outlet, or are you just recording for independent?
Yeah, I do it for myself, but I'm Chula Vista Live Dad. I don't know if you remember last time we talked or not.
No, I don't
It's okay.
think I did.
You do so much work. Like I commend you.
This is my 5th meeting.
I know. That's why I'm saying I see you all over the place.
Do you? Okay.
And I appreciate what you do. I want to say hi.
Okay.
And just let you know if you ever want to say anything more, the camera's always yours. Like.
I may take you up on that at some point as well. Isn't that a beautiful sunset tonight?
Oh yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, I really try to find common ground and keep everybody kind of in the middle.
That's what we need. No, it's a great balance. I love it. I love it. So
thank you guys.
It's great
very
to
much.
see you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, really good. Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, I went and met Paula for the first time in the Republican Party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went to meet her today, but I'm running. And, yeah, so far so good. And so I started getting those meetings. I was in Chula Vista, and the Republican women's meetings. And so yeah, but I know a lot of them there. I've always been involved in all this stuff going on, with the library, the writing hour, the first in Chula Vista. I was out there helping mass resistance. I wasn't in mass resistance, but I told them I'm independent, but I'll be there to back you guys up. And I suppose. I mean, it was chaos.
I was getting banned off the internet while you guys were out there on the street. I was out there throwing it all online as far as I could throw it, you know?
Yeah, so I was out there. And so I've always been out there and doing things, but now I'm the president here of San Diego now. I mean, the founder's Jesse Hogan. He's out there in L.A., so.
Okay.
But I started the San Diego one. I think I've been here now. I've been doing this now.
It's Republican, not a Democrat.
Yeah, it's Republican. It's Latinos exiting the Democrat Party.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've heard about it from someone else actually a couple of days ago, but I didn't have a chance to ask them about it. I just wanted to, because there's another group. You know how the Democrats do Latinx.
Oh,
something.
yeah, no.
They're claiming they're.
I even got the shirt that we're not Latinx.
Yeah, well, and I just asked, right?
Yeah.
If you are, you are. I don't know what the word game is. That's why I'm not against it in that sense. I just wanted to ask.
Oh, yeah.
It, right?
Yeah, there is.
So.
They promote that. They want to change Latinos or Latinas to Latin.
Yeah. Well, and the way that you were saying it sounded like Brexit. And so that's why I didn't know which way we're going with it.
From the IE chapter, she contacted me. I think she's supposed to be there tomorrow. She said she's going to meet up with me tomorrow.
Okay.
And, but she wants to join together because her issue is that she feels that her collective is not too conservative. Like,
right.
Issue. So she's Cuban, so she might jump on. I know her sister's on board with Lexi right now here in San Diego, so she might come on board too. I don't know. But she likes to take interviews of like parents when they go to school boards and they speak regarding the LGBT, the ideology and all that stuff, the LGBT. And she interviews all the parents. And I told her, she interviews, I guess, gags, right? The boomers against. Yeah. And she interviewed them, and I said, well, I don't care. I know our founder doesn't like us to promote them because they're already promoted all over the place, right? So he said, so I told her, you can interview the parents that are they're same-sex marriage or whatever, and they're protecting, trying to protect the
Yeah.
children. I think just don't promote their what do you call it, their organization. Don't put their organization right there just as parents. And that's it.
And it's a balance because they actually believe what we believe. They just also support other things on top of it.
Yes.
And we need to reel them back down to that middle ground.
Yes.
So yeah,
That's the whole plan, to get them back, to where they need to be, because they're too far left where they're just going with the flow. But right now they don't want their kids to, because they don't want their kids to have those surgeries. They know those surgeries are bad.
Yeah.
They're evil. It messes them up for life if they
be honest about it. Exactly.
Yeah. They're not going to be able to have a future. They're not going to be able to have nothing, no life. They're not going to have no feelings. It messes them up completely inside and out.
It was at the council meeting yesterday. Little kids come up and they're like, "Oh, you gotta trust the kids. You gotta trust." I'm like, "Listen, yeah, you're right here, but don't listen to. You're trusting them too much. You know what I mean?" But it was just so funny because they're like, "Oh, we're gonna trust you now," and then when it comes down to the other stuff, they're like, "We're not gonna trust you anymore."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, why don't you think that about the other things?"
Yeah, I know it.
It was a pleasure meeting you. I really appreciate you guys showing up and everything.
Yeah.
Like I said, you'll see more of me, and then we'll just build a rapport. Yeah. Last meeting, I was gonna come, but the stream guys they keep messing up the links.
Oh. But that's good. I'm glad. I'm gonna look you up.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna look you up, and definitely I'll let you know. That's cool. We're gonna work together. That's good.
Sounds good.
We need it.
Look forward to you.
All right.
All right. Have a good night. All right, you guys. That's it for Chula Vista Live Data tonight. Thanks for tuning in. And I mean, I think everybody's out here. We probably just got a couple people getting into their cars back here, but we'll go ahead and shut down the stream for tonight, and we'll switch back to regular programming. So you want to see? Yeah, right there. That's the two of them. We're not going to sit here and eavesdrop. But I'll show you guys what they're doing. But that's going to be it, you guys. So have a good night. I'm going to shut off the stream. See you later.